Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome in Becky Neuman from the Neuman Hotel Group, the co-owner, lead designer, and creative director for the hotel group. Becky, good to see you. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Thanks for being here. So give people some background, because the Neuman Hotel Group all started with Ashland Springs, but you guys have so much more going on right now. Give us a list.
I'll give you a list. Well, it actually started with Doug decided that he wanted to buy the old Mark Antony and Lake of the Woods Resort. So we ended up, he bought that, and then I go, oh my God, I want to be involved. This is so great. And so we pretty much got those, created together at the same time. So, and then we had Lake of the Woods for 10 years, and then had a great owner come in, kept the same managers. And so that was moved on, but that gave us an opportunity then to buy our next very special resort was Lithia Springs Resort, and that's at the second exit, or the the exit,
north side of town. Sure.
The north side of town. And so we got to kind of reimagine that, and we then ended up putting a pool last year, or a little while ago, and spa there, as well as adding some suites to that resort and a spa. And so then we had the opportunity to come into Medford.
Yeah,
and
been a couple years now with the Commons.
Exactly.
I was going to ask you, this is your first foray out of the Ashland area. How is it going in Medford?
Yeah, well, it was a wonderful decision. Doug really wanted to buy the old Red Lion. He really believes in Medford. He loves the entire Rogue River Valley. And so he, with the help of the DeBoers, purchased the building, and then we started resurrecting the Red Lion and turned it in at the Commons. And so we've added a wonderful restaurant, Lark's there. So that was our second location for Lark's. We felt like it would be a great place to have Lark's in Medford, so they wouldn't have to come all the way to Ashland, and bring our whole farm-to-table scratch kitchen concept to Medford. And so we've redone that, but that's going to continue to get reimagined, and we're doing all the rooms, but haven't completed that completely. And but I love the little piano lounge there, and I like that's a nice touch. And then, of all things, Doug, well, the Windmill Inn was for sale. And Doug, along with our wonderful general manager, Don Anway, who is, without him, we wouldn't be doing any of this expansion. Without our whole team of managers, we wouldn't be daring to.
Have a lot going on.
That's it. You have to have this really competent, dynamic team. And Don and Doug got together, and I really wasn't a part of it at the beginning. And they go, let's purchase the Windmill Inn. And at first I was like, what? It's not boutique. It's not what we do. It's like the largest hotel in Southern Oregon.
It's quite big, yeah.
And it's a huge convention center. But then I went inside and saw the inside of the hotel. And really, I was blown away. The original lights are there from 1978.
Wow.
And a couple of the bathrooms were just so swanky and fun and were my inspiration. One was orange and one was blue, and I kind of went with those colors, which is what I do when I go into these places. I say, well, what's the time frame that they were built? And that's from a design perspective. And but that hotel was a year and a half ago that we opened, but it was a long renovation to get the rooms. They were all gutted, and there was no food there. It had been asleep for years, right? But there was a suites building in the back that had been kind of kept open through this whole time, because they were going to gut the entire acreage there and put a commercial center there. But they never did do that, and they never, bulldozed the original hotel. So anyway, we got a wonderful partner on that one, because we just needed that, and we got Mike and Laura Namas, and they jumped in with us, and then we just started doing Ashland Hills Hotel.
And now the Luna Cafe at the hotel is just opened.
Yes, and so finally food and beverage is open there, and we're so excited, and we called it Luna Cafe and Mercantile, and it's just the kitchen, huge kitchen, has all been renovated, and our executive chef, Damon Jones of Neuman Hotel Group, is the lead chef there, and Ava, our restaurant manager over all properties, takes care of that restaurant. And Now we have farm to counter
So
instead
much-
of farm to table.
So much going on. So what has been the biggest surprise to you with all these different properties, spas, restaurants? What was the hardest thing for you to learn about?
Well, for me, it was, at first I was unsteady as a designer. And so I had a fabulous designer come in for the first 2 resorts, were Lake of the Woods and Ashland Springs Hotel, Kendra Scott from San Francisco. And then bit by bit, Lithia Springs, I used Jennifer Bright and Laurel Walter, and they helped me. And then I kind of just went off on my own for Ashland Hills Hotel. I had a little bit of help in LA with a lovely guy there, Jacques, but pretty much concepted myself and just took it on and loved it. It was just so fun. I just felt a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
And the Oregon motto is "She flies with her own wings," and so I found my wings in
you
this
go.
area,
Yeah.
and I love it. And so, but we still have the passion. The newest thing for me was not new, but I just had a passion for local, for Southern Oregon, all things Oregon really, and local, and all those farms.
What is next? Are you guys looking? I mean, what's going
Well-
on? It seems like you guys are adding something every year.
That seems what Doug seems to be doing is finding these properties. Oh, we're in Jacksonville. So that's going to be so exciting. So Doug and Mark and Sid DeBoer decided to buy the Neuman estate, the quintessential Victorian.
Yeah.
Beautiful estate. It's in a great property, 3.5 acres, and it's just going through the city right now to see if we can add suites. And we're looking at maybe, I'm not sure what the final number will be, but we want to maybe add 20 up to and more suites on one side of the property.
Wow.
And have, that whole like spa feeling, but in Jacksonville,
Yeah.
which is so wine-centric and
Yes.
music and
It's such a great walking town.
and yes, a walking
Ashland.
town,
Yeah.
and so couldn't be happier about being in there.
Very good.
So
Well, I wish we had more time, but it's so good to
Oh,
see you. Thank
yes.
you so much for being here.
okay,
Appreciate it.
you're so welcome.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.